She's the best high school player in the country. Candace Parker has Naperville Central back to defend their state title. Peoria Richwoods relishes that underdog role. The Lady Knights beat 4 higher seeds on the road to state.
Welcome to an electric Redbird Arena. You can feel the March Madness in the air here tonight. It's the proverbial tale of David against Goliath as unranked Peoria Richwoods goes up against the defending state champs from Naperville Central. Hello and welcome to the campus of Illinois State University, Lee Hall. Some of my best friends from Peoria Richwoods High School, they are fired up. The last time they came to state was 1985. They had a high school All-American by the name of Nora Lewis, who went on to play at Louisiana Tech. And a lot of folks think that Candace Parker is kind of Nora Lewis reincarnated. They are the same type players, and the Knights will have their hands full trying to stop her and her Red Hawk teammates here tonight. For the call of tonight's ball game, let's go to Scott Slocum and Bernie Chero.
Peoria Richwoods was the class of girls basketball in the state of Illinois. 20 years later, Bernie Chero, it's Naperville Central.
Yes, and you know, 20 years ago, I was a coach at Normal Community High School. We played against Nora Lewis, and it's really interesting to see how this has all come about. Tonight's game, premier matchup with the #1 player in the nation against a team that's playing very well throughout the tournament.
Yeah, no question about it. It's all kinds of comparisons here tonight. Let's take a look at the roads that these two teams took to get here. Let's first start with Peoria Richwoods. A victory over crosstown rival Peoria Central, one of the top 16 teams in the state to win the sectional, and then they took out last year's state quarterfinalist, Champaign Centennial. As far as Naperville Central is concerned, well, Lindsay Wisdom was in the way once again from Neuqua Valley, but they won that game easily this year. Controversial win last year. And then Bennett, who's given Naperville Central one of their 2 losses this year, was the victim in the super sectional. So they're playing very, very well. They've won 55 in a row since Candace Parker, or when Candace Parker has been in their starting lineup. Let's take a look now at the key players for tonight's game. Bernie?
Looking at key players for Richwoods, it's going to have to be junior Megan McCann. She's the type of player who can do a lot of things, but she has to step up tonight. The last 2 games, she just sat back, watched everybody else do everything. She needs to score her points, shoot her shots, and hit the 3.
And I'll give you 3 guesses as to who the Naperville player of the game is supposed to be. The first 2 don't count.
The #1 player in the nation, Candace Parker. Anyone who knows anything about basketball knows who Candace Parker is. You cannot stop Candace. You can try to do a lot of things, but it's impossible to stop her. If her game is on, you're going to get to see some excellent basketball tonight.
Peoria Richwoods, one of the keys has to be look out early, right?
I would think there are 3 keys to the game for Richwoods today. No stargazing. Just because they're at the state tournament, they're playing the #1 player in the nation, doesn't matter. Just get on the floor and play. Floor balance. All 3 players have to score. Tournament play. They beat the #1 and the #2 seed in their sectional. That's why they're here. If we take a look at the keys for Naperville, team play, they have 3 guards, Hudson, Carter, and Chrissy. They have to contribute to Candace Parker. Full 32. I'm talking about full defense, 32 minutes, and don't assume just because you're here doesn't mean that you're going to win it all. Just because you won it last year, it doesn't mean that you're going to win it all. Just come out and play the best that you've been playing.
Andy Nussbaum and the Redhawks begin defense of their state championship. We'll return to Redbird Arena after this local break. And welcome to Redbird Arena here on the campus of Illinois State University, and welcome to the 2004 IHSA Class AA Girls Basketball Tournament quarterfinal game number 3, 28-7 Peoria Richwoods against 30-2 Naperville Central. This one pits past against present, as we mentioned just a couple of minutes ago. The former reigning queens of state basketball in the state of Illinois against the current. There's Central Illinois, the heart of Illinois is what they call it in Peoria, a town that is steeped in basketball tradition. Naperville, of course, is the king or queen, if you will, in this case, of girls basketball. Candace Parker, All-American. We'll see her tonight try to guide her team into another state championship appearance. Let's move over to the public address announcer, Mr. Jeff Fritcher, for tonight's starting lineups and our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, before our soloist sings our national anthem, we ask you to please rise to remember and honor the men and women of the United States Armed Forces serving throughout the world with a moment of silence. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please join our guest soloist, Zachary George, a student at Lincoln Way Central High School, in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the participants for this quarterfinal game of America's original March Madness for Class AA girls basketball. First, the non-starters from Peoria Richwoods High School, which brings a 28-7 record into the game. Number 11, a freshman, Rachel Waldschmidt. Number 12, a freshman, Alex Starks. Number 14, a junior, Latrice Gully. Number 20, a junior, Anna Pilley. Number 21, a sophomore, Elizabeth Sinclair. Number 22, a junior, Kate Clark. Number 23, a sophomore, Jewel Sanders. Number 25, a senior, Kristen Chanowski. Number 30, a sophomore, Jack Richmond. And number 31, a junior, Kara Shoemaker. And now the non-starters for Naperville Central, which brings a 30-2 record into the game. First, number 4, a freshman, Jackie Pryor. Number 5, a junior, Julie Joyce. Number 10, a senior, Shauna O'Malley. Number 12, a senior, Ashley Lowry. Number 13, a senior, Brittany Utrata. Number 23, a senior, Sarah Seward. Number 31, a senior, Jen Meadow. Number 40, a sophomore, Christina Sally. Number 43, a senior, Kristen Ludwig. And number 44, a senior, Marilee Richardson. And now here are the starting lineups. First from Richwoods, number 10, a freshman, Bianca Ward. For Naperville, a senior, number 3, Rachel Chrissy. From Richwoods, a junior, number 13, Stephanie Cole. For Naperville, a sophomore, number 11, Lauren Grahowski. For Richwoods, a senior, number 15, Brittany Parker. For Naperville, number 20, a senior, Tiffany Hudson. For Richwoods, number 24, a senior, Kristen Chafee. For Naperville, number 22, a sophomore, Erica Carter. For Richwoods, number 33, a junior, Megan McGann. And for Naperville, number 32, a senior, Candace Parker. Assistant coaches for Richwoods, Ralph Gallo, John Gross, and Tom McGee. For Naperville Central, Alan Harris, Nick DiGiovanni, Jane Mucci, and Pat Keating. Richwoods is coached by Terry McQuilty in his 6th year with a record of 126 wins and 64 losses. Naperville is coached by Andy Nussbaum in his 16th year with a record of 349 wins and 135 losses. Your quarterfinal game officials from Elmer, Valvasta.
All right, let's take a closer look at those starting lineups for tonight's game. Both teams extremely talented. Naperville Central led by the All-American Candace Parker, but has a lot of help there, Bernie. And as far as Richwoods is concerned, the freshman Bianca Ward getting a lot of publicity, but Megan McGann is your key to their success tonight.
Yes, I really feel that Megan has to step up her game in the last 2 games, maybe even 3. She allowed her teammates to take charge, but as a leading scorer, she's going to have to step up tonight.
It's number 1 Naperville Central against unranked Peoria Richwoods. They're your officials for tonight's game. And it's Cole against Parker. And Candace Parker, as she so often does, so always does, wins the tip, and we are underway. Peoria Richwoods will play man-to-man defense for the most part. Question is, can they stop Parker on the inside?
And what a tough assignment to defend Candace Parker.
And that'll belong to Stephanie Cole. Parker right off the bat scores.
She has such a presence on the point of this press that it's very difficult to see down the floor when you have that frame in front of you to try and inbound the ball.
First foul of the ball game is on Tiffany Hudson, and that's good news for Peoria Richwood. A tight called ball game should help them out. That might force Naperville to take off the pressure just a little bit.
Yes.
Couple of blowouts earlier today. See if Richwoods can hang with one of the country's best teams. This is Megan McGann, their leading scorer. Chrissy, the toughest player for Naperville Central, will draw the assignment on her tonight. There's the first turnover of the ball game.
They're struggling a little bit about relating to that pressure.
Let's take a look at these two cities. The city of Peoria, population, that's just a little shy. It's about 118,000. Naperville, of course, about 118,000. It's swelling. Two very different towns. Peoria, of course, very much its own urban environment, and Naperville, the southwest suburbs. Chrissy misfires Parker. And there's a block shot.
Great double team on the rebound.
And Parker comes up with a loose ball, as she always does. Not able to convert, but she'll go to the line. Fouls on Brittany Parker.
Feeling a little physical in there. It's amazing. This is definitely the best team that Richwoods has played all season long. They're playing against 3 Division I ball players. Tiffany Hudson going to Illinois State.
Right.
Obviously, Candace Parker to Tennessee.
but Rachel Chrissy is a Division I hockey player. She's going to Providence, and that's amazing.
It is.
In itself.
Absolutely amazing, and this team is so much more than Candace Parker, as we saw when she was out with that knee injury. 1 of 2 for Candace. Ward will come back the other way.
Bianca being a freshman, this is a very difficult role for her.
There's Cole.
Handling it well.
Stephanie Cole is a 5'11" junior. She's got good bloodlines. Her dad played football at the University of Illinois and played in the Rose Bowl in 1983. Nice penetration, dish baseline, not able to finish, but there's Parker.
Oh, how smart.
Whistle.
A little too fast, yeah.
And
It was a great idea, Tiffany wanting to run with a jump catch so she could release it right away to Candace. Just a little too quick.
Now the Redhawks will pick up. Ward almost turned it over, and I think they are going to get it for double dribble.
And if you've noticed, there was a different look on the pressure now. They put Candace down low, and they're putting a point guard up the top to actually show us a little bit of a run and jump defense.
They'll mix it up, little man pressure that time. The 2-2-1. And here's one of the unsung heroes of this team. Not to anybody who's watched him a lot, Tiffany Hudson, 5'8" senior. She'll pull up for 3 and knock it down.
She came out of a screen nice and strong, rolled really tight to put up a great shot.
There's the zone pressure again. No trouble this time for Brittany Parker. But Candace Parker says not this time.
And, you know, I have to be honest, as a player and as a coach, I'm sure that's something that is a little bit scary. You have the 6'4" player coming and giving you a block shot.
Nice inbounds pass. Cole off the glass, not able to finish, and Hudson controls.
You want to finish that shot.
And a foul in the backcourt. And that actually worked out pretty good for Richwoods that Megan McGann reached in because Candace Parker was probably going to have a breakaway. There's Andy Nussbaum, of course, Naperville Central. Avenged an earlier season defeat, albeit without Candace Parker, beating Bennett in the super sectional. In the sectional, they took out Nequa Valley and Lindsay Wisdom. Remember that controversial game last year? No controversy this year. Easy win for Naperville Central. Parker on the high post against Cole. And we have a foul, and Candace is going to go to the line to shoot 2, and she gets up
slowly. One of the comments Andy Nussbaum said that he gets very nervous because she spends so much time with, she doesn't spend time on the floor, she's just very aggressive, and she goes after everything, every loose ball, and he's afraid. You know, it's a natural reaction for a coach that he does not want her to, you know, re-injure her knee or.
Well, every time she goes down, I'm sure he holds his breath. Candace holds her breath. Her parents hold, Pat Summit, everybody that's wearing red and white tonight, they just hold their breath. First sub of the ball game for Naperville Central. It's Jackie Pryor in, a 5'6" freshman. Another one of the many freshmen to play down here. Parker, nice feed underneath the ball again.
Excellent execution by Peoria Richwoods, breaking the pressure, not dribbling the basketball, and passing the ball behind the press.
3 minutes into the game, Richwoods hanging with the defending state champion. Erica Carter, the 5'10" sophomore. Candace, a strong move inside.
Stephanie Cole does not want to try and reach and steal that pass.
Well, Cole's already committed a foul, doesn't want to pick up 2 right off the bat. Again, nice little stutter step. Can't get it to drop. Now, this is what amazes people about Parker, her ability to handle the ball on the open floor. And there's another bucket on the inside.
If Richwoods chooses to just watch it all happen, that's not a good sign for the Knights.
Well, they push it right back down the other way, and it's
good decision.
Chafee.
The assist from Bianca Ward.
Nice pass from the freshman, Bianca Ward. You're going to hear a lot about her in this 32-minute game tonight. 12-6, Central on top of Richwoods. Carter hands the ball off to Pryor. Goes back to Candace, I should say, with the left hand.
Well, if you notice, they made a switch on defense, and that ended up putting Bianca Ward on Candace Parker. She's 5'5". She cannot defend a 6'4" player. 9
points already for Candace. McGann tries to answer, and does.
What a shot by Megan McGann.
She can fill it up, averaging almost 13 points a game. 34% from three-point land. That was a big shot. You started to see the Red Hawks pull away a little bit, Bernie. Grahowski. A three try for Carter. That is way short. And the rebound to Richwoods, but Chrissy's there to steal it. And Candace Parker with the finish.
Unfortunate for Richwoods, not a good decision.
McGann's left open again. Not able to connect this time.
Great hesitation dribble.
What a crossover, not able to finish. Brittany Parker back the other way. Oh, Candace runs her over. No call, but Richwoods gets it back.
Crowd not happy about that.
And we're going to get a foul on the floor. Good penetration by Bianca Ward.
Bianca Ward, for a freshman, will take anyone and anything on. She'll attack the basket at any time.
Jackie Pryor will get called for the block. That's the first foul of the night on the 5'6" freshman from Naperville Central. We have a timeout on the floor. It's 16-9 Naperville Central. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. And Chevrolet. Stop by and see your local Chicago, Northwest Indiana, or Central Illinois Chevy dealer today. (16-9) in favor of Naperville Central over Peoria Richwoods. And for more on girls basketball and high school sports in the state of Illinois, what a website, www.ihsa.org. It's one of my favorites. I'm there at least 2 or 3 times a day.
You could be a coach, you could be a player, you could be a parent, you could just be a fan. It gives you so much information, statistics, any type of information, game time. It doesn't matter what sport. It's very informative.
Real-time scores during postseason play. It's fantastic. IHSA.org. Nice patch
dish.
Inside. Parker, another block from behind. A good look from McGann. 7-point lead. A little over 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Peoria Richwoods started 4-3. Since the 9th of December, they're 24-4. There's why. They do it defensively. That sets up everything. Ward pushes ahead to Parker.
Bianca Ward made that happen. Again, she took the ball down the middle of the floor and allowed her teammate to fill the left lane.
Nice bounce pass and a score.
Yeah, good catch by Parker, too. That was not an easy catch in traffic and on the run. Tiffany Hudson back into the ball game. Parker's already has 11, now 13.
Again, you cannot stop Candace Parker, but what you can do is actually put pressure on the ball that's going to Candace Parker. They're allowing such easy passes into Candace.
Can't front her, can't play behind her. That's why she's #1 player in the country. There's another reason why right there. Hudson and Parker play catch.
Pass back and forth. Tiffany Hudson, Candace Parker.
Well, Candace is sharp tonight. 15 points on 6 of 7 shooting and 4 rebounds already. There's Ward to McGann. That's short. Looked like she got hit on the wrist just prior to getting that shot off. No call. It'll belong to the Red Hawks.
Well, and I also think that Megan actually started the shot too low from the ground instead of getting some elevation up and putting up the shot strong, which that defense is very difficult to go up against.
About Richwoods, 24-4 since December. They are riding a 12-game winning streak. And we have a foul on Candace Parker.
She looks surprised, but says, okay, that was me.
I mean, she's had everything her way up to this point. I think she can handle a foul.
I noticed the band on one hand is orange. There you go.
There you go.
Usually, I think they have to all match, but I think it looks good.
Naperville Central, 27-game winning streak. They've won the last 55 with Candace Parker in the lineup. Remember, she missed 11 games because she blew out her left knee. So a couple of streaks on the line here tonight. 9-point game. Richwoods needs a bucket bad. Cole not able to finish. And it's Parker, or Ward, I should say, with the rebound. Boy, the freshman is so quick. She'll go to the line.
Again, the reason why they are here really is because of the play that Bianca Ward has actually created the last week and a half, sectionals and super sectionals. But she's pretty fearless for a freshman.
It's funny you said that. Terry Quilty, the head coach of Peoria Ridgewood, said, ironically enough, we didn't really start clicking until the regionals. We were good during the year, but it didn't all come together until the regionals, and that goes back to what you talked about Bianca Ward.
They were very good throughout the year. We had the opportunity to play against them, and they are a very strong, balanced team, but really seemed to gel once regionals started.
Julie Joyce into the ball game. The 5'11" junior has a rebound off the missed free throw. Ward made 1 of 2. Approaching the end of the first quarter of play, Naperville Central looks as if it'll hold for the final shot. Candace Parker out of the game, giving a little bit of a blow, also has 1 foul. Hudson's pass is picked off.
Great defense.
And Ward will try to let fly at the buzzer, off the mark.
Great anticipation defense by Richwoods.
And that is it for the first quarter of play after 1. Defending state champion Naperville Central by 8 will return after this local break.
And welcome back to Redbird Arena. Naperville Central leading Peoria Richwoods 20-12. The Richwoods assistant coaching staff might have an unprecedented amount of experience as far as assistant coaches going. The gentleman in the black with the beard is John Gross, longtime head coach at Bartonville Limestone, which is just outside Peoria. Took the Lady Rockets to 6 Elite Eights, and they finished second in 1992. Ralph Gallo is the gentleman in the blue sport coat. He was an assistant at Richwoods when Nora Lewis was a player. Tom McGee doesn't sit on the bench. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Between them, they've got, they won't give me an exact number, 90-ish years of experience. And then you add Terry Quilty's experience, the head coach, and you've got over 100 years experience on the Richwoods bench. Back to you, Scott.
It's funny, Lee, I was talking to that coaching staff yesterday, and I did get a number out of them. 115 years combined. That is a lot of experience, Bernie.
And it makes a difference, I'll tell you that, because as a coach or a player, you have to absorb, and the more you learn, you get.
Ward in on the baseline.
And that's a freshman. That's only 5'5". She'll take anybody on. She doesn't care.
Candace Parker did not try to block the shot. She's got a foul. She wants to stay on the floor. Smart move. That's her maturation. Hudson a long 3. And this will belong to Peoria Richwoods.
Surprisingly, Candace remained on the exterior and not try to get position on for the rebound.
Game 4 on quarterfinal Friday. Grayslake and Marian Catholic out of Chicago Heights. Grayslake is red hot. Richwoods fans think Deanna Ward getting treated a little rough. Top of the key 3. Good from Megan McGann.
She came out of the screen from the weak side. Bianca Ward was able to feed her the basketball.
Richwoods is hanging tough. Down by 3 is all.
Candace wants the ball.
She already has 15 points. She'll try for 2 more. And she's fouled. Candace immediately goes over to Erica Carter and gives her some instructions.
Well, she was posting up on the low baseline and really showing the indication, give me the basketball.
If you look at these two teams, their comparisons pretty even as far as scoring and field goal percentage, three-point percentage, free throws.
I do actually think, though, that Naperville has a much stronger schedule, being up in the northern area of Illinois. Not to diss Central Illinois because I coach down here, but I'm not doing that at all. But the competition up north is incredible due to the fact that the kids play AAU throughout, the summer, and they do so many other things in regards to basketball. It's very competitive up north.
Is it the girls here in Central Illinois and Southern don't have as many AAU opportunities?
Not as many opportunities, no.
Ward back down the other way. New player in the ballgame for Ridgewoods is Rachel Waldschmidt, 5'5" freshman. Ward runs in.
Banging it off the glass. Not a shot that you teach, but a shot that you'll take.
She moved to Peoria from Joliet. Terry Quilty knew nothing about her. He had to call somebody. He said, is this girl any good? He found out.
I found out really quick when they played us in a matter of 2 minutes.
He found out after the first practice.
Whoa,
Parker, a good catch
nice
and a finish.
catch. That looked like a wide receiver going up for the pass.
18 points already for Candace Parker. We still have over 5 minutes to play in the first half. Carter read the passing lane and the steal. Having all kinds of trouble handling the ball, though, and a good job by Waldschmidt of picking it away. Waldschmidt for three. Too hard. And it's Grohowski with a rebound.
As she dribbled down the floor, she said, give it back to me.
Misses the first one and finishes off the second one.
The elevation that she has, and it doesn't look like she's trying very hard to elevate. It's just a natural thing.
Candace Parker. Somebody asked me, has she gotten any better since last year? And I think she's answering that question here tonight. There's Ward. Too hard on that shot. And Grohowski, her second consecutive board. Nice catch by Carter. Can't get it to go. And then a foul on Erica Carter going over the back of Kristen Chafee. So far, so good, I think, for both teams. Naperville has to be happy, Bernie.
This has been a very competitive game and one that's giving us a strong indication as to why both teams are here.
Peoria Richwoods hanging tough with Naperville Central 25-19. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Abt Electronics and Appliances. For the largest selection of electronics and appliances at the best possible price, visit Abt in Glenview. She can do it all, Bernie. She can shoot, she can pass, and she can catch.
Look at that catch. Two hands, grab it, be strong inside, and she takes a real heavy look, takes it. The only thing, if you're going to be critical, she didn't use her left hand, but at that point, it really doesn't matter just because of her elevation. She has yet to be able to dunk since she's had her surgery, but something tells me it's going to be very soon.
Well, she's almost at her points per game. And we have 4:25 left to play in the first half. What a performance from Candace Parker, but her team only leads by 6. And Naperville goes into a zone. Parker not able to knock down the three. And Waldschmidt tried to save it, wasn't able to get there in time. You know, watching Parker play, her teammates play so well with her. I was talking to Annie Nussbaum, and I said, are they sometimes amazed at what she can do? And they said, no, they've been playing with her so much. They probably won't appreciate the fact that they play with her until about 5 or 10 years down the road.
Correct. And because she is going to be such a phenomenal player, you realize how fortunate you are. I know I'm very fortunate to be able to call this game, to be able to see a player of her caliber, because she will go to college, she will develop into one of the best players in the nation in college, possibly play in the Olympics and the NBA, WNBA.
Tiffany Hudson turned it over, taking it to the basket. The 8th turnover against Naperville Central. Probably the only blemish on their record thus far. Again, not able to knock that one down. She's got a nice touch. All her shots, even when she misses, are straight on.
Well, the defensive change will really hurt Richwoods because they're not getting rebound positioning. And
oh, when Parker misses, you better rebound because you can't let somebody else step up and hurt you, like Lauren Grahowski did there. Ward to McGann. This is a combination that's been working all year.
Megan McGann stepping up, putting up a three-point shot. Again, one of the keys to the game. She's 3 for 4 at the three-point line.
And again, Richwoods hanging around. Parker skips it cross court. Grahowski gets inside, can't finish.
Look at that. Look at that quickness. She'll go all the way, coast to coast.
Carter misses. Parker the rebound. Can't make it. Candace erases an attempt.
Candace was just watching that whole thing create, and as soon as they rebounded the ball, she knew exactly what she was going to do.
Kara Shoemaker inbounds for Richwoods. She just came into the ball game. Parker long three.
Whoa!
They're now
Another
4
Parker,
for 10.
Brittany Parker.
Yep, 4 for 10 from three-point land Richwoods, and that's keeping them in the game.
That may make Naperville make another decision to change their defense. If you're going to play zone defense, you have to shift with every pass, and they're not doing that.
They put a little pressure also on the ball, a little ball pressure.
Always ball pressure.
Yep.
You can never relax on defense.
Grahowski gets free.
That was a nice pass by Candace, very unselfish. Passing it out to Lauren Grahowski.
Second assist for Parker. Grahowski now with 6 points. The Red Hawks stay in this zone defense. McGann, an air ball from deep in the corner. Carter to Hudson, who walked with it. 9 times out of 10, Tiffany Hudson would just take that ball to the basket herself.
Well, interestingly enough, there's so much quickness out on the floor that sometimes the brain just cannot be as quick as the feet. She knew what she wanted to do with it, but it just didn't happen.
Under a minute and a half to go in the first half. Richwoods trying to inch closer.
Another one! Bianca Ward showing a sign of, come on, you guys, let's go into the locker room with the lead or just one behind.
We've seen a lot of good freshmen here today. She may be the best of them all. Bianca Ward has 8 points and a steal. Look at her handle the ball.
She'll create here behind the back.
Ward the rebound. Which one of those moves did you like best? There was about 5 of them there.
The behind the back, I loved it because it put the defense on their heels and they're looking to score.
Pilly can't knock down the jumper, and Richwoods will lose it.
And Megan McGann putting herself in a position to go after that loose ball.
If Ward makes that runner, this place goes crazy.
Yes, yes. But this is what she did in super sectionals and in the sectionals. It's exactly what she did.
This is what the rest of the state didn't see from her. Saw good play, but not this type of play. Parker bumped out of there by Pilly. Ward and Parker finally hook up. Pilly to McGann, fakes the three. Can't knock it down over Candace Parker's long reach.
The crowd wanting the underdogs.
Carter misses a three. Parker, what a rebound! And she's fouled, she'll shoot 2. Candace Parker goes high for the board.
She just ripped that ball out of the air, just ripped the ball out of the air. You can see the elevation as she goes after her own shot. Rips it out of the air. Rachel Chrissy thinking that the ball's coming down to her, thinking that I've got great rebound positioning, and Candace Parker, her teammate, takes that totally out of the air.
Bernie, her knee looks great. I mean, the whole thing with her knee.
She has something wrong with her knee?
She missed the first 11 games. She wasn't sure when she wanted to come back. Coach Nussbaum saw her playing one-on-one with her brother Marcus at Christmas time and said, "You're ready to come back." Ward
She looks great.
To Parker, she doesn't know how much time is left, and Richwoods does not get a shot off as Ward threw in the corner to Brittany Parker, and she did not know the time was running out. McGann not able to pull the trigger. What a great first half.
Oh, I don't think the crowd expected this. Everybody's on their, you know, feet, cheering for the underdog only because they want a game, and that's exactly what they're seeing, a game.
Well, we had a couple of blowouts earlier today. This one is not a blowout at all. Let's go over to Allison, who's standing by with the head coach at Naperville Central. Allison?
All right, I'm here with Andy Nussbaum, Naperville Central's coach, and I want to know if in the second half you're going to do anything to change the defense around. You've given up 5 threes in the first half, and that's more than you usually have done.
Well, we haven't been good in either man-to-man or zone. So basically, I think what we're going to say is we got to step it up and play better. I don't think there's any other way you can slice it.
What are you going to do to keep the team motivated, to keep them ahead in the second half?
Well, I mean, we want to win. I mean, we want to win badly, and really that defensive performance is not what we're accustomed to.
All right, well, thanks. Good luck, Coach, and thank you. All right, Scott, well, hopefully they can pull through. We'll see what happens.
All right, thank you very much, Allison. 30-28 is your halftime score. We'll be back to Bloomington Normal after this network timeout.
And welcome back to Redbird Arena. That just might be Naperville Central's cutest fan. His mom is the head of the cheerleaders, Mr. Caudle. Jim Caudle is the principal at Naperville Central. And do you know the cheerleading sponsor?
Well, we got Todd Holmberg and his Red Hawk Rowdies, so he's got the whole group down here and rode the bus down with them. So they're here all the time with us. So
you guys have to be loving it this season. Ranked #1, defending state champs. And the thing about this team is they went 9-2 with Candace out of the lineup, coming back from knee injury.
Well, they did. You know, it's a good team, and it gave us good opportunity to get 3 or 4 other kids in that starting lineup and rotate around here. So hopefully that's going to pay off for us in tournament time and down here state.
Candace's brother played at Bradley in Peoria. I've known her since she was about 8 or 9 years old. She's a sweet kid. I interviewed her yesterday, and she's as good a basketball player as she is. She's an even better kid. I mean, she's just a wonderful kid to talk to, and head on her shoulders, hadn't let any of this go to her head.
No, she's a class act. She's always been, and when she walked in our gym as a freshman, she was just an outstanding person, and she's a great role model, and what she does for women's sports, period, and the whole team has, is just a credit to her and a credit, I hope, to the school, too.
What else is going on at Naperville Central this year? We don't want to Candace is getting a lot of the attention. We want to give some pub to other people too.
Well, we've come off a great winter here. We just had our floral team who finished 1st in the state. We got a swim team who finished, boys who finished 6th in the state. We got a gymnastics team that was 6th in the state. Got a speech team. We just held the state tournament in speech, and they finished 7th in the state, and we had a 6th place finisher at heavyweight in the wrestling program. So we've had a great winter. We're pretty lucky. It's been very good.
Let's bring in Diane Pettit from Peoria Richwood. She is the athletic director. Boy, you know, you look at all the newspapers today, and I told the girls this earlier in the week. I said, you're going to look at all the newspapers, and everybody's going to pick Naperville Central, but here is a 2-point game at the half.
Yes, we're very pleased. You know, we're kind of the Cinderella team down here. We were picked 6th in our sectional, we came in 3rd in our conference, and we've just come together with some adverse conditions that happened. The girls have really pulled together and played well, and I think they've challenged each other to be the best they can be.
All you did was beat top seed Galesburg, 2nd seed Central, 2nd seed Centennial, and I think there was a 3rd seed in there, a 4th seed Metamora. It's been an outstanding run for Terry Quilty and the assistant coaches. We talked about them a little bit earlier in the game. The amount of experience on that bench is unbelievable.
I hope the girls appreciate that. You know, Terry Quilty was an assistant when the Manual Rams came to state. You've got John Gross, who was, you know, we always had to go through limestone to get here, and Ralph Gallo, I mean, he's been here. This is his 6th trip here. We came in 80, 81, 83, we were state champs, 84 and 85. And then you have Tom McGee, who else better to play with or coach under is Lorraine Ramsey.
Right. Great coach at Illinois Central College in East Peoria. You remember Nora Lewis.
Absolutely.
How do she and Candace compare as players?
Well, I think they're very similar. They're just very similar. It's hard to remember back in 1983, and no one's ever been able to even touch a candle to her. She was a wonderful student, and Candace seems like a wonderful person. I saw her on the TV last night, and Nora Lewis was an outstanding quality young lady, and we're just all proud of everyone.
All right, thank you both. Good luck to you. Back with more from Redbird Arena after these local messages. Don't go away.
Halftime score, Naperville Central leading Peoria Richwoods 30-28. Welcome back to Redbird Arena. Scott Slocum along with Bernie Chero. And great ball game so far. It's been entertaining and closer than many people thought it would be.
It's beyond entertaining. This is great basketball. The girls are leaving everything out on the floor. The defense has to step up for Naperville, and I think it's really going to be critical what the two teams hear in the locker room. The coaches are telling them what they need to do, but what the teams hear, the players hear and bring out on the floor will make a difference. With Richwoods, the intensity has to remain. They have to keep, attacking their defense, and for Naperville, they have to play 32 minutes of a strong game, and so we'll see what happens in these first 2 minutes of this third quarter.
Let's break down the numbers from the first half. Central leading by 2. Field goals, well, look at Richwoods with 7 more shots than Naperville.
Yes, and the interesting thing about this is when you look at the 3-point field goals, Richwoods really is not a 3-point shooting team, but why ruin a good thing? It's working right now. Rebounds are the same. You take a look at turnovers, that's not really been an issue. Naperville has more than Richwoods. That's very uncharacteristic for Naperville. Points off turnovers, it's even. Second chance points, that's amazing to me because Naperville is the type of team that can dominate inside, and they're not showing us anything other than, 6 points on second chance points.
Yeah, big surprise that Central has turned the ball over 4 more times than Peoria Richwoods because Naperville Central's put on some pretty decent pressure up to this point, or Naperville Central. Lee Hall standing by with the head coach of Peoria Richwoods, Terry Quilty. Lee?
All right, Scott, thanks a lot. Terry, I told the girls earlier this week nobody was going to pick you guys to win, but they haven't backed down a step. That's what they said earlier this week, that they weren't worried about that kind of stuff. What'd you tell them at halftime?
Just keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we're getting what we want offensively. We just got to finish. And defensively, hey, we're in the game.
Okay, good luck to you second half.
Thank you.
All right, Terry Quilty, head coach of the Richwoods Lady Knights, back with second half action after these local messages.
Naperville on top of Peoria Richwoods, 30-28. Just look at some of the big plays from the first half.
Look how Candace just takes it into the hoop, into the paint without any problems. Again, now being very unselfish. Nice power slide into the lane for another score in the paint. Transition with Candace, dishes off, right back in the paint again. But watch Richwoods. Well, we have one more here with the steal. Watch Bianca Ward. She'll give a nice, strong pass into the lane. Bianca Ward again. Began with a 3, and that started it actually. That brought him back into the game. Bianca Ward crossing into traffic. Another 3 by Megan.
Peoria Richwoods hanging tough with Naperville Central, who will join New Trier and Fenwick in the semifinals. We'll find out. 16 minutes to go. We'll be back after these network messages. 2-point game, Redhawks on top of the Lady Knights. Nora Lewis, the incredible talent from 20 years ago. Candace Parker, of course, the incredible talent from today. Bernie, you coached against Nora. You watched Candace. Compare their games.
It's impossible to compare because it's a different generation. You know, girls basketball has changed so much, but Nora Lewis was an unbelievable player for that time, and she would have been an unbelievable player today. We didn't have the three-point shot then. She probably could have hit it, but same type of body frame, same type of desire, same type of personality.
63 in a row was the streak. Nora Lewis and Peoria Richwoods were underway in the second half, and a miss right off the bat for Naperville Central. Megan McGann, a big first half with 11 points for Peoria Richwoods. Tries to add to that here, not able to do it. And Candace Parker, another rebound. That's her 7th.
Oh, she has a nice fake pass. Decided to take the ball to the hoop herself.
She scored 23 of the 32 Naperville Central points. Ward muscles up a shot.
And the freshman answers.
Boy, how good is she going to be in 4 years?
It's just amazing how many freshmen we have had the opportunity to see down here this weekend.
Fenwick started 2 freshmen. We saw a couple of other freshmen play for New Trier. One of them starts, one of them comes off the bench. Chrissy gets free down, not able to knock it down. And Parker steals it away from Brittany Parker.
I think Candace Parker is determined that she is going to make sure that she's going to single-handedly put the team where she feels comfortable.
That she's doing. There's Cole. Ward. Too hard on the push-up. And Candace with another block.
And a rebound.
Chrissy leads a 3-on-2. Nice feed. And we have a foul as Tiffany Hudson got fouled on the play. Hudson will play here next year for Illinois State.
And the Illinois State Redbirds are very excited about what she will be able to contribute.
Peoria Richwoods, as we've been mentioning, that run in the early 80s, an incredible run. Terry Quilty, interesting story with him. He graduated from Cornell, went to Peoria Manual, coached football, wrestling, and got into girls basketball. Left, and then went to get into management training at Menards. He wanted to try something different, had some business background.
Great stock options at
They
Menards
do.
when you work there.
They sure do. His wife has been at Canton for all those years when he's been going to different schools. Parker denied, and she falls hard to the ground.
Bianca Ward with the drive, as she does so well.
Nice offensive putback by Kristen Chaffee.
Kristen Chaffee usually averaging about 6 points a game. Under her average right now.
Only a 3-point game. And a 3-pointer off the mark by Hudson, and a breakout. Here comes Ward. Oh, she gets hammered.
Boy, you know, I'm really not sure what's going on through the minds of the girls on Naperville, because there just doesn't seem to be any type of defensive pressure that they're showing. That's not taking anything from Richwoods, because Richwoods really, you know, they're passing well, they're seeing the floor, they're doing all the right things.
Naperville Central, their second appearance. Last year, of course, beat Fenwick for the championship. Annie Nussbaum has had a lot of success, though, He's won 20 games, a lot, even prior to Candace. 7 times before she came, 11 times in all. 2-point game, 2 minutes into the second half.
Some of the girls from Naperville are looking a little winded.
There's a traveling on Chrissy.
That's a good call. If you take a look, you know, Richwoods had great help side defense, and as she went to the basket, she banged right into the defense, which caused her to change her pivot foot. It's a good call.
But weak side help that time from the Lady Knights. Chafee gives to McGann. She's been quiet here, McGann, in the second half up to this point.
Well, look at the pressure.
Yep.
They're just standing on the back of their heels.
Erica Carter almost took it away from her. Ward against Christie, the freshman against the senior. McGann wants Carter. And there's a foul. And you saw McGann getting a little frustrated. You eventually knew she was going to try to take matters into her own hands.
Well, McGann had the determination to go to the basket. As the defense was, you know, relaxing a little bit, she did like what we call a little bit of a rocker step to try and make her attempt at the basket and combine that with a nice crossover and drew the foul.
You guys still teach the jab, the rocker,
yes,
all that stuff.
If you're going to be fundamentally strong, you have to work on hesitation dribbles, you have to work on crossovers, jab steps, anything that gives you that advantage, because the defense against most teams, the defenses today are so complicated and so complex. Look at this, tie ball game, Scott.
Did you think that was going to happen with 5 minutes left in the third quarter?
No. Great atmosphere.
Parker calling for the ball. It's Chrissy out top. Richwood starting to feel more and more confident. Parker triple team.
And she loses the ball. I'll tell you what, I really think she tried to do too much. She has such a height advantage. All she has to really do is ball fake with the ball up high and just put up a pull-up jumper. She doesn't even have to dribble to the basket. Take a look.
4:45 left to play in the third quarter. Naperville Central, Peoria Richwoods are tied at 35. We'll be back after this network timeout. Well, Bernie, one of your keys before the ball game for Naperville Central was don't assume.
And I'm not saying that that's what's happening now, but what I do think is happening is that they're almost caught in the eye of the tornado. Momentum is definitely on Richwood's side. Candace is such a talented player. She's trying to do a little bit too much. She's 6'4". All she really has to do is a turnaround jumper. But her teammates have to elevate their game and play some defense.
There's the domination in the paint, but the perimeter has been just the opposite of that. As Richwoods tries to go down low to Cole, it's tipped out of bounds. 35-35. #1 team in the state giving a run for their money. Carter can't knock it down, and the rebound comes down to Grahowski.
Okay, Candace is facing the basket now.
Chrissy, a long three, and it's long.
What a grab.
Makes it look so easy.
It's impossible to rebound when she's in the lane because, first of all, her wingspan is enormous.
Sure.
Her leaping ability is second to none, and all the other girls, all they actually can do is watch and look up, and you can hope that you'll get a tip off it. But what she does very well is she grabs the ball with both hands, and you can hear the slap when she rips the ball out of the air to make sure she has possession. 26
points now for Candace Parker, and you know, not to get corny about it, but it can't be easy to be Candace Parker. Everywhere you go, people want something from you. Everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody wants a piece of you, and she handles it very well.
I'll tell you what, when her knee went down, there were kids asking her for her.
There's a palming violation on Bianca Ward.
For her autograph while she sat there with the torn ACL up at the tournament in Maine West this summer.
A quote from Andy Nussbaum: if you don't like her, you don't know her. Following the Richwoods turnover, Naperville Central a chance to add to its slim lead.
She wants the ball.
Well, they really shadow her well. They have Cole standing behind Chafee.
I would encourage Naperville to send some cutters, make some type of offensive movement, run something back door. There. They'll swing it.
And McGann took it right away from Chrissy. Ahead to Ward.
Bianca being right where she needed to be. Out of the steal. Take off.
You know, that supporting cast that we talk so much about with Naperville Central, it's time for them to step it up.
Naperville's not used to being in this position, so this is very difficult for them.
And another steal. Waldschmidt to Ward, poked away. And Candace comes out of there with it. And a 9-2 run without her, 21-0 since she's returned.
Rachel Waldschmidt, she's known for her defense in the league.
Her second straight steal, not able to finish. Ward will try. That got partially blocked. Grohowski there defensively. Good catch by Parker and a strong left hand.
Crowd wanting to travel.
Big time
Gets
move.
a foul instead. Now look at this is the leadership. Candace pulling her team together. Let's take a look at the replay. Coming out of that missed shot, Bianca rebounds, puts it back up. Naperville gets the board. Excellent pass here. Catch.
Look at that spin move.
Nice spin move.
Misses the free throw. Naperville Central a 2-point lead, 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ward on the left wing against Chrissy. Chafee misfires. Rebound, Cole, back up, got
Now,
it.
you know, Candace should have boxed out, and she didn't. She assumed position, but that was a solid board for Richwoods.
Stephanie Cole, she's tough. We said her dad played football at the University of Illinois. She took it right away from Candace Parker. And a steal. Ward.
Nice hesitation rock dribble. If she makes those baskets.
And then Naperville Central with another turnover. Oh, they're starting to mount up here in the third quarter. Richwoods a chance for the lead.
First lead of the game.
Stephanie Cole with back-to-back buckets.
Crowd's going crazy from the Richwood side.
Just a junior, Stephanie Cole. Let's see if the Redhawks can counter. It's Hudson coming up short. Carter will try. That's an air ball. And Candace Parker cleans it all up. Look at Richwoods running right back at him.
Nice
it's Cole again.
pass.
Stephanie tried to knock down 3 in a row. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Chrissy for 3. Parker with a rebound.
She took that ball and came from the top of the key. Did they call it off?
No, counted and a foul on Cole.
Oh, okay.
It's very loud.
I could not tell because of the face that Candace had, but take a look at this. Candace Parker comes from the top of the lane. From the missed shot to take the loose ball. It's a loose ball.
It's a good call.
Both players have, you know, the freedom to go after the loose ball.
One more look at it. They got there at the same time,
right.
And then Cole tried to grab her by the knee. Good call by the official. Cole gets her revenge.
Cole with a nice.
Stephanie Cole is just beating Candace Parker down the floor.
Well, I would say Naperville looks a little winded. I noticed that when they came out of the locker room. Pulling down the shorts.
And another steal. McGann. And she's fouled.
Half of Naperville is not coming down. Candace Parker wants them to call a timeout. Interesting about the timeouts, though,
they are only given 3 60-second timeouts, and then there are 4 television timeouts. So as a coach, it's difficult. When do you want to use the 3 that you're given? You know that you'll get the 4, but when do you want to use the 3?
Terry Quilty looking on and going, no, we have a shot. We have a shot to knock off the state champs. There's a foul down low.
That's a big foul. Big foul.
Grahowski. Candace Parker giving her some advice. 4 fouls against Richwoods, 4 against Naperville Central. So both teams are more than halfway to the bonus. Here comes Julie Joyce into the ball game, and Grahowski will sit down. McGann to throw it in to Cole.
And she hits it. Stephanie Cole, 5'11" junior.
What a performance by the junior.
She was very much a force in the super sectional game.
We're down to 3 seconds. They're going to get a shot off. Carter tries, partially blocked. And Peoria Richwoods will take a 2-point lead into the 4th quarter. We'll return for the final 8 minutes after this local timeout.
Peoria Richwoods, the 45-43 lead over defending state champ Naperville Central. We're with Terry Cole, Stephanie's dad. Boy, Dad taught her right there in the 3rd quarter. She did it just like you taught her, right?
Well, I didn't teach her much on the shooting, but their kids are playing with a lot of heart, and they've played through a lot of adversity, and it's showing their mental toughness now.
You made it to the Elite Eight when you were a senior, played Division I football at the University of Illinois. What have you taught Stephanie about the toughness of being an athlete at this type of level?
Well, when you get to this level in the tournaments, the mental toughness is much more important than the physical toughness. You have to have a strong attitude and a strong heart, and they're showing that tonight.
All right, Terry Cole went to state in 1980 with my boss, Jim Garrett, back in Peoria. Way to go. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
All right, Terry Cole, a proud papa right now. His team up 2. Back to you.
And what a second half for Cole. 4 third-quarter field goals. She's given Peoria Richwoods a 2-point lead. We're just underway in the final quarter.
I think what I really like, what I'm seeing from Richwoods, that they're just so tenacious in anything they're doing. Offensively, defensively, they're just working together as a team.
Parker, nice job of reading the passing lane. She'll turn it over. Stumbled just a little bit. Andy Nussbaum and Candace both wanting a trip. No call from the official. And remember, this Peoria Richwoods team, 6th seed in the sectional.
And again, that seeding is so misleading sometimes. We go to those meetings and things happen.
You're going to do the coach thing now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But,
no, I understand.
The seedings are political.
Sure.
I'll vote for you, you vote for me. Sometimes they just are political unless something really stands out.
Richwoods a chance to add to its lead. It's the red-hot Cole, picked up by Grahowski. And there's a foul over the back,
now,
going to be called on Erica Carter.
Just if you just watch that whole offensive possession, excellent passing, cutting, weak side cutting, backdoor cutting, all the things that you need to do to initiate some type of movement and then draw a foul because, the defense is not moving quick enough.
Again, struggling to get it in. And it's saved by the freshman, Bianca Ward.
Look at that. She saw that with her back to the ball, or to the player. She saw that from the side of her, well, I guess her peripheral vision is what I'm trying to say.
Kristen Chafee with a bucket. She's got 6. The lead is 4. The Redhawks need an answer. And Candace goes down. She's run over by Chafee.
Well, Candace did a great job drawing that foul by Kristen Chafee.
She doesn't frown often. That was one of the rare frowns you'll see. Frowns tend to come out, Bertie, when you're down by 4.
I would think. And when you're down on the floor.
Chrissy for 3. And McGann with the weak side rebound. Boy,
what a feed.
Nice look. A little bit too hard, though.
Well, you would really want Stephanie Cole to come to the pass. Move to the pass. You know it's coming, so move to the pass.
Well, she had a lot of heat on that pass. That was right in front of us when Bianca Ward delivered it. Chrissy and the Redhawks looking for some offense. Carter can't connect, and it's Cole once again. Ward blocked from behind by Chrissy.
Richwoods is beating Naperville down the floor. Consistently beating Naperville down the floor on every transition.
Let's take a look at the scoring leaders for tonight's quarterfinal game. Look at Parker. 33 points. Krahowski with 6. And for Richwoods, it's all about balance.
Absolutely. And again, keys to the game. I mentioned that for Naperville had to have team play, and for Richwoods, they had to have floor balance. They had to have balanced scoring.
Ward's a 63% free throw shooter. Tonight, she's 2 for 5 from the line. Couple of big misses there. And when you have a chance to put up even a bigger lead on the #1 team in the state, you have to take advantage of it.
But I give her credit. She's not down on herself. She's getting ready to play some defense now.
And that's a big three-point. She's been trying. She's 0 for 5 from three-point land until that make. Bianca Ward will set up the offense. 1-point game. Brittany Parker waiting for something to open up. And got steal by Rachel Chrissy. She'll run in, and Naperville Central back on top.
How big was that? That was huge because, again, we talked about the defense.
And Chrissy is down. She got tangled up with Bianca Ward
the crowd
after the
wanting
shot.
A foul, but it was inadvertent. Take a look. You'll see the steal come out right away, and she takes the ball all the way down. But it's inadvertent.
She is one tough girl. It's going to take a lot more than this to take her out of a ball game.
Trying to get position. They both end up off the floor. Hit the floor very hard.
And Chrissy's okay. Coach never went out on the floor, so she'll be allowed to stay in the game. And Naperville fans taking exception with the treatment from the freshman Ward.
She's a hockey player. She can handle hammering the floor like that. When you play hockey, you know what it feels like to get knocked around.
You talk about athletes, hockey players.
Providence, Rhode Island.
You any good at skating?
I played hockey at Eastern. I wouldn't tell too many people that, but.
A miss and a foul. And a very important point of the ballgame. Richwoods, their 4-point lead is gone. Naperville back on top, and they have the basketball. We have a timeout with 4:53 left to play in the ballgame. #1 Naperville Central leads by 1. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. And Chevrolet. Stop by and see your local Chicago, Northwest Indiana, or Central Illinois Chevy dealer today.
3 left in this quarterfinal. Naperville Central, #1 in the state, leading Peoria Richwoods by 1. I'm with some Knights fans. Are you guys? No, wait, I'm sorry, they're Lee Hall fans. Did you guys ever have a doubt that Richwoods would play this game this time?
No, never! All the way, baby! All the way!
All right, there was a kid from New Trier that danced pretty well today, but I think DeAndre Williams can dance better than he can. Can you give us a little something there, DeAndre? Okay. Lee Hall's dance party, back to you.
I wouldn't call that dancing, Lee. I'm not sure what that was. I know I can't do it. 48-47. Candace Parker and the Redhawks not able to add to the lead. Look at Ward.
She took everybody on. She took everybody on that transition.
And you talked, one of your keys was team play for Naperville Central. Candace Parker is 13 of 20 from the field. The rest of the team, 6 for 24.
And I felt that the rest of the team would have to contribute. They would have to score when they shot the ball.
Like that. Like that.
Erica Carter was 0 for her first 5. She's made her last 2. And the defending champs back on top by a bucket. A little more than halfway through the final quarter. Richwood's trying to pull off the huge upset. Again, not a lot of ball pressure here by Naperville Central, Bernie.
No, and I'm waiting to see if they're going to do some type of double team or something, but they're in a good position now because they have the lead.
Ward walks right down the lane. She can't finish, and Candace wraps it up.
Right now, I think that Naperville's in a good position. They can take their time.
That, by the way, was the 15th rebound for Candace Parker. Carter tried to make it 3 in a row.
Big rebound.
And that ball hit the half-court line. Good call by the official.
Now,
speaking of three-point shooting, Bernie, Saturday, the three-point showdown here at Redbird Arena. And Tonashi Duncan from O'Fallon with 13. Kayla Ming from Grayslake. We'll see her next in the next quarterfinal game. Elmhurst York and Dixon both represented as well. That's tomorrow. Under 3 to play now. Everyone here holding their breath.
Either the defense to do something or the offense to do something.
Richwood's being very patient. You gotta like their patience here. McGann takes it baseline. Parker didn't even try to block it. McGann still missed the shot.
Well, I think she was caught underneath the basket and forced it just a little bit. Probably would have been better if she would have kicked it outside.
Naperville Central holding on to a 2-point lead. Both teams with a full allotment of timeouts left, 3 on each side. And both teams, by the way, in the bonus as well.
They're going to have to put on some serious defensive pressure. Not necessarily foul, but try and get a 5-second call.
And
Did you see how she just used her left elbow to hook around the defender so that will give her an ample opportunity to go to the basket?
Ward gives it to Cole. Baseline jumper is good.
Stephanie Cole positioning herself nicely at the baseline.
And a timeout taken by Peoria Richwoods as they are still in this ball game. Down by 2 with 1:44 left to play. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Apt Electronics and Appliances. For the largest selection of electronics and appliances at the best possible price, visit Apt in Glenview. This reminder for our Peoria television viewing audience, Saturday semifinals will be seen on Inside Cable Television in Peoria on Channel 17, Channel 5 in Bloomington Normal, and Gridley Cable Channel 61. That is Saturday semifinals only. We're back here at Redbird Arena, 1:44 left. Naperville Central, defending state champs, lead 53-51 over Peoria Richwoods. Peoria is a basketball area that's steeped in tradition, a very tough, hard-nosed basketball community.
Pressure defense would be the key right now for Peoria.
Naperville seeing that toughness firsthand here tonight. And we're going to get a foul call. This will be on Rachel Waldschmidt, and this will result in a 1 and bonus for Tiffany Hudson.
Tiffany Hudson's been in this position before, not necessarily to win the game, but to knock down the free throws because she's a penetrating guard. She's the type of guard that likes to attack the basket. She shoots 68% from the line.
And the front end's the key. She'll get another one. A lot of concerned looks on the faces of the girls from Naperville Central. However, they are up by 4 now thanks to Tiffany's 2 free throws. Richwoods will try to answer right away. Nice move on the inside.
Nice move is right.
Kristen Chape actually put herself in a great position. She did a hesitation and just kept the ball up nice and high.
Nice strong
Candace
move by
knows
Chapey.
she can just take her time right here.
Chapey with 8 points. Parker out by the timeline. We're under a minute to play. How long do you wait before Ridgewood's fouls?
Well, I don't think you have to foul, but you do have to get in their face defensively. You know, get a 5.
Knights trail by 2, and they will put Candace Parker on the line for a 1 and bonus.
Candace has done so much tonight. Shooting, 14 for 21 from the line, 7 for 12 at the free throw. She usually shoots about 70%.
That was team foul number 8 against the Lady Knights.
Candace
Look at those
talks
numbers.
about how she loves being in this position, but again, they really haven't.
She misses the front end. Cole has it taken away.
And how many times do we tell them as coaches, don't bring the ball down?
Grohowski with a big steal and a bucket. 4-point game. Ward will be fouled, and that will put Bianca Ward at the line for a 1 and bonus. Candace Parker got some help there. We talked about how her teammates need to step up. Well, Lauren Grohowski stepped up big time there.
Always putting yourself in a position to grab the basketball. And I think that, again, when you try and explain to the girls, keep the ball up, keep the ball up. You don't want to assume that the defense isn't going to attack you.
Look at the numbers for Candace Parker. 35 points, 17 rebounds. What do you think they're talking about right now, Coach Quilty?
Well, you have to make both of these.
We're going to come with the guard. We'll come with the guard. Your Honor, we'll come with the guard. Yes. No, at all. Stay on it. Let's get a dribble the ball.
Here. Erica, over here. Okay? If Candace passes you, you come up here. Hey, we got
Interesting. Megan McGann doing a little coaching of her own over there.
And I like seeing that because Megan's putting herself in a position. She knows this is a key. Bianca has to make these 2 free throws, and then they have to get either a turnover or a foul before they enter the ball.
Each team with 2 timeouts, possession arrow toward the Redhawks. And Bianca Ward needs 2. She's 2 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. She has 15 points. This will be a 1 and bonus. Not able to connect. And the rebound to Naperville Central and a foul. Erica Carter's played big here in the second half. With 2 big threes, a rebound there, and she'll have a chance maybe to put the game away with a couple of free throws.
23 seconds really is a long time with the way both these teams have been playing transition. Naperville being very smart, coming down, not really wanting to be in a situation where they could foul. Just come on down here and play some defense.
Erica Carter makes it a 5-point game. This is the closest game since Candace came back. Yeah,
that's the first smile I've seen on Candace Parker tonight.
64-52, they beat Neuqua Valley on the 19th of January. This has been the closest game they've had. They have not won a game by fewer than 10 points since Candace's return.
Well, Richwoods came in with a great game plan, did what they needed to do, and put them to the test. Excellent ball game.
Defense substitutions now. Julie Joyce checks in along with Jackie Pryor for Naperville Central. 3-pointer here or not?
Well, I would say 2 3-pointers in there in the game, so I would go for a quick one and then a timeout.
Well, they left McGann open on that press.
There you go, there's one, nope.
Not able to make it. And Waldschmidt not able to get the offensive rebound. And Naperville Central closing in on closing this one out. And another timeout taken by Peoria Richwoods. And what an effort they've made here tonight. Had a chance to win this ball game, a 4-point lead here in the second half, but too much Naperville Central and too much Candace Parker. Earlier today, we did not have close games like this. We saw Fenwick destroy Algonquin Jacobs 77-26 to gain a trip to the semifinals for a second straight year. New Trier struggled early against Edwardsville. They played well early, Edwardsville, but New Trier too much in the end with their Twin Towers on the inside, winning 56-32. And coming up next, red hot Grayslake and their 30 wins will take on Marian Catholic from Chicago Heights. That was supposed to be the best matchup of the 4 today. It's going to have to go a long way to beat this one, Bernie.
Well, I think this game surprised a lot of people. It really gave some credibility to Richwoods and the program and what they've accomplished this season. And when you end a season like this, it's just the beginning of your next season, and it makes the kids excited. Now they're all going to want to do things over the summer to make them better.
That's right. Ward's back, Cole's back, Megan McGann is back. Richwoods might be back here next year. Got a foul right away, and they do. That'll put Naperville Central into the double bonus or super bonus, and 2 free throws upcoming here for Candace Parker.
We really saw the turnaround when the Carter actually hit those 2 pretty consistently, one back-to-back. The momentum changed.
Yeah, Erica Carter, numbers-wise, has not had a good night. 2 for 8 from the field, from three-point land, 2 for 10 overall. But she hit those 2 big threes. That put her team over the top, and Candace has missed her 2nd consecutive free throw. She is a perfectionist, and she will not like the fact that she's 7 of 13 from the line tonight. Now 7 of 14, actually. Just another one. Still life for Richwoods, a couple of threes. Ward misfires, and the rebound again to Erica Carter. And Candace gets it ahead to Rachel Chrissy. She will lay it in as the horn sounds. And number 1 is still alive. Naperville Central holds off a furious effort by Peoria Richwoods. They win 61-53. What a game.
I'll tell you, you know, you really didn't know until the last 30 seconds of the game where the outcome was going to be. Both teams played very well. I felt Naperville played sporadic in some situations, but Richwoods, being the underdog, really pushed them and tested them to the point where I think it scared them a little bit.
Oh, there's no question, and give Richwoods credit.
Absolutely.
Give them all the credit in the world. Almost a victory in defeat, if there's such a thing. Coaches don't like to hear that.
Well,
but
I think sometimes you have to. You know, there are moral victories, and this definitely is one of them.
Right. Naperville Central all night, you know, they were never nervous. They always just knew they were going to win this game. Lee Hall standing by with a victorious head coach. Lee?
All right, Scott, thanks a lot. We're with Andy Nussbaum. Coach, what did this team do to you that no other team's been able to do since Candace came back?
Well, they are really fast, and they were beating us down the floor. And they made it tough for us defensively. I tell you what, Bianca Ward is outstanding. She is outstanding. And, you know, they use their strengths very well. McGann's a good shooter. They drive and dish. But I think finally, Erica didn't hit a shot the whole first 3 quarters. Then those 2 threes in the 4th quarter, we finally got to her. Those were big shots.
Was this maybe a good thing for your team to go through a game like this, a game where they're tested right here?
Let me tell you, at this stage, a win is a good thing.
Right.
You know, I mean, we're happy to win. And I'd like to talk to some of the coaches who seeded them 6th, because they're at this point the best team we've played all year. And we may get a couple more tomorrow.
Yeah. Tell me about Candace's performance tonight. She maybe didn't get enough help tonight.
Well, you know, we try to say pick your poison. And we felt like really, I mean, I don't remember any shots that Candace took that she shouldn't have taken. I don't remember any, you know, she missed a couple, but those were good shots. So I did like the way we got Erica the ball in the 4th quarter. And, you know, we just, a little more fundamentals like ball faking. You know, we didn't really ball fake enough in the first 3 quarters. And they knew where the ball was going. And in the 4th quarter, ball faking and getting Erica open, I think, made a big difference.
All right, thanks, Coach. Let's go over to Allison. She's with Candace Parker.
Thanks, Coach. All right, I'm here with Candace Parker, the player of the game, and Candace, who had 35 points tonight, 17 rebounds. How did it feel that you played and the team played all together?
I mean, I felt Peoria came out and challenged us a lot. I mean, you know, they took us out of our game a little bit, but, I mean, we fought, and we'd never been in that position, and I think we regrouped well.
What do you want to change for next game with the team, with anything?
I think just our start. I mean, it seemed like our heads weren't into it. I mean, maybe it was the day that, you know, we had the whole day to think about the game, and maybe we were just a little bit nervous and a little bit giddy. But, I mean, I'm sure we'll come back and play Naperville Central basketball.
How is your knee feeling? Is it feeling stronger? Good?
Yeah, it's feeling great. I'm starting to get some of my explosion back and jumping, and it's feeling really well.
Great. Well, congratulations. You had a great game, and good luck in the next round. Thank you. All right, Scott, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Allison. We appreciate it. Time now for the apt play of the game. There are a lot of outstanding plays here tonight. Let's see what our apt play of the game is tonight, as Naperville Central wins this game by a score of 61-53. And yeah, you guessed it, Candace Parker
doing what she does best, and that's attacking the basket.
And finish. 35 points, 17 rebounds for Candace Parker. Truly an All-American performance.
Very much so, and you know, I give her so much credit because she knows exactly what happened tonight. Slow start, basically playing in third year, not really getting in a position to come in and do a 1-2 punch. They can't do that tomorrow. When they come in tomorrow, they're going to have to be ready to play. They're going to have to give a 1-2 punch, play some defense. And she gave credit to Richwoods and the ability that they, you know, showed them on the floor. So Candace is a first class.
All the way.
Yes.
61-53, number one, lives to fight another day. Naperville Central on to the state semifinals. We'll return with more quarterfinal action from Bloomington Normal after this local timeout.